Brian, would you date to marry, or are you just dating to hook up?
Well, I don't want to get married, so.
So what are you trying to do? If you go on a third date with a girl and you say she doesn't need to be dating anybody else, like what is the end goal?
Well, why don't you want? No, we need to answer this. Why don't you want to marry? Because you're doing a dating show right now.
Yeah. Who said anything about marriage?
No. Okay, so tell us.
Well, in the Western world, when it comes to marriage, when it comes to divorce, it's just the family court system is stacked against men. Men fare really bad in divorce, so I don't see the benefit of getting married. I could be monogamous with someone long term, have a life partner. Some people don't like that term, but I could be with one girl. I can be with one girl long term, maybe even my whole life. I don't need the government involved, and divorce is just not good.
What a pussy. That's like a lifelong talking stage.
How's that?
No, you don't want to get married because you don't want to get divorced. Why not just like work towards a really good marriage so you don't have to get divorced?
But here's the thing, Farah.
You can
how many? Hold on, let me just address her thing.
Women file divorces
how
way
many,
more than men.
Well, no, but how many people get married thinking that this is the person I love to death? I could never see us breaking up, never see us getting divorced. 1 year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, the divorce comes. And so I think I would assume most people that get married aren't going into it thinking, I'm probably going to get divorced. However, the stats, I think the stats are like 50% of divorces 50% of marriages end in divorce.
I don't think those odds are too bad.
So you're
That's
saying
50% is pretty bad.
You wouldn't flip a coin for the love of your life?
No, if I was in an airplane and I was skydiving and there's a 50% chance that the parachute doesn't work, I'm not taking that bet.
Except you're in control of whether
mean?
you get divorced. Like, it's not like you press a button and then it decides whether you guys are going to get divorced. Like,
Well,
it's in your control.
There's at will, no contest divorces. So if one party just wants to walk away, that's not within your control. You can't keep somebody in a marriage that doesn't want to be there.
Sure, but if he has a really great marriage, I don't think his wife is going to be doing that. Usually women divorce because the guy is unfaithful or he's not working towards communication.
Well, look, certainly there are scenarios where there's abuse or, there's genuinely irreconcilable differences. But I mean, can we also agree that sometimes it's the case that maybe a relationship ends because someone else came into the picture or someone got bored?
Yeah, someone came into the picture, and it's usually men who have extramarital affairs. Like 1 out of 4
I think it's
married
actually.
men.
I think the stats show that it's pretty comparable when it comes to cheating and infidelity.
No, 25% of married men. I think 10% of married women.
I have a question
I haven't seen
for
that
you,
stat,
Brian.
but what's up?
Would it make you feel better if you knew that some women out there don't rely on the government papers to stay married? Like they're faithful to their husbands not because of the government paperwork,
But because of
for
religion?
other reasons. Yes.
Do you mean religion? But I mean, if you get married in the West, I don't know exactly how it works, but I think you can have a religious ceremony, but you would be. I don't. Has anyone here been married ever? I don't know exactly how it works, but
I have.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
duh. Okay, yeah, you are married. Don't you have to go to the courthouse and get a
License?
a marriage license or
Yes.
something? Is that before you get married or after you get married?
Before.
You get
Because
it.
it needs to get signed when you get married.
So you bring that to the pastor or whoever
Right, yeah.
officiates the marriage. Okay. So I mean,
Well-
I don't have an issue necessarily from the religious angle of marriage, but keep in mind, secular people get married. I have an issue primarily for the severe consequences of divorce, and chiefly those are financial consequences. It's not a good bet.
I think part of that is because men and women really don't know how to work together. Obviously, you can see that from feminism. You can see that from the Red Pill, Manosphere movement, from the MAGTOW movement. There's like such a huge divide. Like men and women literally don't know how to relate to each other from the dating to the marriage.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would say
Scale.
though, what I would say though is when it comes to, for example, when it comes to divorce, it's honestly would be a better move for a lot of guys who end up getting divorced, and if they're the breadwinner, it would honestly be a better financial move to just walk up to a random person and say, here's half my assets, enjoy.
Yeah,
That's a better move.
I was gonna say that that you know a man has more to lose when they get married, you know, because like it's been happening a lot lately. Who was it like recently? Like
The male celebrities, you know what? I
Yeah.
have a list, and you can tell me if any of these names ring a bell. So these are all men who have had divorces initiated against them. Brad Pitt, Johnny Depp, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Dr. Dre, Ryan Reynolds, Tom Brady, Lance Armstrong, Alex Rodriguez, Channing Tatum, Chris Rock, Ben Affleck, Chris Pratt, Liam Hemsworth, Ben Stiller, David Duchovny, Orlando Bloom, Tiger Woods, Sean Penn, Sylvester Stallone, Paul McCartney, Ryan Felipe, Jason Momoa, Michael Jordan, Steven Crowder, although that's not a great, I don't want to get into the Steven Crowder thing. In any case, these are all very attractive men, high status men, wealthy, and even they can't keep a chick. So me as like, I consider myself like kind of a normal dude. I think, bro, if Brad Pitt can't keep a chick, I'm